my attic sound came back this weekend.
Nuh-uh.
Yes. And I'll tell you, it's more...
I've forgotten about the mystery sound.
It's more baffling now than ever because we did have the air conditioning man come out. A lot of people said it's an air conditioning pipe or something that was causing a problem. My daughter got it recorded this about a month ago. It's right above her room, the attic. And she said, I'm not going to sleep in this room anymore. She thought it was a poltergeist.
That sounds poltergeist.
It does. I wrote in red paint as a joke, "Get out" on her wall.
Did you buy her ventriloquist doll?
Yeah.
Sit it up in a rocking chair.
Gave her a clown.
Now, don't take him out of that chair. Or bad things happen.
Well, maybe whoever it was on vacation upstairs. They're back after Labor Day.
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
No, but I was home this time when it happened. Now, remember I told you my wife was washing clothes and running the dishwasher at the same time.
She's a good wife.
Yes, and you all said, well, since that's never happened before, maybe that's the portal to hell.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
The pipes didn't know what to do.
That's right. And that's where that noise came from. Well, this time I got home, and my wife met me at the door and said, the noise is back in the attic. And it was happening at that time. And
Did you scan the home and see what was working, what was not?
Wash machine was not on. Dishwasher was. And we have 2 dishwasher drawers. There's those
that thing.
Those Fisher-Paykel things,
Horrible.
Oh, yeah. But you had to send to Australia for a part.
Yeah, we just got
stuck in the Suez Canal.
That's right. Boy, my wife don't get her started on that one. Well, both of them were running, but not the washing machine. So I went up to the attic. Everybody's like, "Go to the attic."
What'd you bring with you?
I had a golf club in my hand.
In case it was a poltergeist?
Yeah, just in case. Yeah, I didn't know.
A wood or an iron?
I had a 5-iron.
Iron's the best.
Smart.
It's daytime.
You can't go wood now because they're not wood. They're all like carbon fiber.
Right,
And the shaft will break.
Yeah.
You hit someone with that, they're just going to laugh at you.
Yeah, it's gonna shake you more than the person you hit.
Yeah. You just hit me with a tailor-made?
Shake like
I'm
a
going to kick
coyote.
your ass.
Right, exactly. Well, the boy and the girl came to the foot of the attic stairs, and I said to my son, "Come on up there with me." He's like, "I'm not going up there.
I'm recording this."
They want to see me I think they want to see a poltergeist get me and take me to the ceiling,
Just throw you around.
Yeah, and so I went up there, and I could clearly hear the noise. Now, I really could hear it, all of this, that type of thing. But I looked around, I saw nothing moving.
Right.
I saw no animal, nothing. And my wife, I thought maybe it was on the roof, right above me. So I said, because I'm looking now at the roof, And I said, go out on the front and see if there's a big bird on the roof, like an ostrich. And
Like a pterodactyl.
yeah, let me sound. And she went out there and said, there's nothing on the roof.
That's it. There's an emu up there.
I see him now.
He's trying to sell us insurance.
No, she went out and said there was nothing on the roof, but there was work being done across the street. And she thinks the sound waves are traveling like that. And by the way, she was down there with the kids, and I could hear every word they said very clearly, even though they weren't talking very loudly. And that's 2 floors down. And they were outside, and I could hear them talking. And then when I got down there, she goes, they're hammering and stuff on the roof.
No, you push them. I thought you were going to push them.
Boy, that'd be surprising, though, if that's it. Work from across the street.
How can it be? I don't know. But there was nothing moving. I looked. There's no pipes moving, nothing.
It's never happened at night.
Not that I know of. The times it has happened was about 8:30 in the morning, and I was here. And then this time was about 8:30 in the morning or 9, and I got home from wherever I was on a Saturday. And
But it occurs at times that people would be working across the street.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of understand the echo part but the part to me of at least what you just played there is where it really sounds like something's falling through.
Yeah, like it's rattling.
Yeah.
I mean, it does sound
that
like
doesn't make sense.
And so many people said to me, it's a air conditioning something pipe, busted attic fan. I looked at all that, and nothing seemed out of the ordinary. And I have had one guy come out, and he said there's nothing out of the ordinary.
And you didn't spawn any, little squirrels or anything like that.
No.
Up there.
And no poltergeists that I know of. Mm-hmm. It wasn't cold in one spot.
It wasn't the Diesel playing pickleball.
I mean, it could have been. I didn't see him up there. It's possible.
Because he'll play anytime, anywhere.
It would be great if you walked up those little attic steps and he's sitting there just popping his ball with his paddle.
Yeah.
Been waiting on you.
We got a tournament.
Last night, we were playing, and it started pouring down rain. And so I was like, okay, I'm done.
What time was that?
6:15. Okay.
Didn't get any of that.
Pouring down rain, but just in a small area because the sky didn't even look bad. And it was all of a sudden for like 10 minutes just poured down. I told you can't play once it rains. That's it. So I said, well, I'm going home. And text me if you get the game going again, because I only live about 3 minutes from this particular.
Did the fellows bring their leaf blowers as per usual?
No, not this time. Different group, and better, actually, really good players. We were losing, and so I went on home. And so later, and I knew, and it rained for a while, so I was like, we're done. So I went home and I was ready to go to bed. So Diesel texts me about 8:15 and says, "There's dying light, but I think we can do it now." I was in bed.
Hadn't the sun set?
Yeah, and there are no lights. But he turned his car's headlights on.
Like radar did?
Yeah, like radar did. And he said, we've got it. We've put 4 cars around the court. We can still play.
We need your car.
And I said, I just don't think I can do it. I'm already in bed.
Yeah,
I was in bed. And he said, he later texted me, he said, they just drilled for about an hour on the wet courts. And so he really feels good about it. But because I wasn't there, he's now making me show up 2 hours early for a match tonight so that I can drill. And he's going to
catch up.
To catch up, and he's going to go out there with me. That's the dedication. He has the dedication to it. It's true. He absolutely does.
I have a kind of a house question too. We, like a lot of people during the pandemic, we decided to do some improvements around the house. So we kind of resurfaced our patio. We had a little concrete, patio behind the house.
Mm-hmm.
It was surrounded by flower beds. We took out the flower beds, increased the footprint, and put some pavers down.
Yes.
It's nice. And now that we've noticed that there's a tree that drops, I think it's hickory nuts and schmutz all over the new stone.
Right.
And the tree goes on the other side of our neighbor's fence.
Oh, it's not your...
But it angles so sharply over our patio. Mm-hmm. Can we cut down a tree that's growing in someone else's yard?
Oh, I don't think so.
Could we cut down a limb?
Yes.
Limb yes, tree no?
I think you can call a tree guy. I mean, how well do you know?
Dave.
Limb it up?
How well do you know the neighbor?
0.
Oh, then don't say anything. Just call and have him cut that branch off.
Can we do that?
I don't think you can.
I don't think you can.
It's
either.
on his. The root is on his property.
Fact.
I don't think
that
you
is
can
undeniable.
I wonder if you ask him, if you went over and introduced yourself and said, I'm the good one.
How long have you been neighbors?
I'm the good Chris and this and that. And then
4 years?
He might let you limb it up.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can just do it. And I certainly don't think you can go cut it down.
No, I would never.
No, I know you can't cut it down.
That's on his property.
I don't know. Doing a little lemon.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting ready to do the same thing, by the way. We're putting in. No, I'm increasing the footprint. I'm getting ready to take out some shrubs and increasing the footprint of the patio and put a little fire pit in.
Oh,
there's nothing like a pit.
Right. Trying to get it done for the fall.
I guess the pandemic treated some of us better than others.
Yeah, no kidding.
Each of you has a little patio work done.
Biggie, me scratching, surviving.
Yeah,
well, I mean,
working 3 jobs basically.
Hanging in the chow line.
I felt like the koi pond needed a fire feature.
Yeah.
And so I said to the atron, we need to get this done out
Fire
here.
and water.
Right.
Toss my cigarette butts in it this February.
Our outdoor planner said that our outdoor planner said that the 2 things that draw eyes are fire and water, and you need a combination of both. So that's what we're doing.
James Taylor said fire and rain.
Right, and this is fire and water. He said fire, water, and
now,
then one more thing.
I booked Earth, Wind, and Fire
For the grand opening.
So
they're going to play September.
we're having.
Remember.
We're hoping to get it done. I mean,
by the 21st of September.
Yes, that's the goal. That is the goal. Speaking of which, September. This is a September anniversary. Biggie'd be interested in this. 30 years ago today, the Maury Povich show premiered on television. For the first time, we saw Maury Povich. And he, at that time, he had been the host of A Current Affair.
I think that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
That's where he started.
He was.
And at that time, he wanted a deeper, more understanding, more
thoughtful show?
high-level, thoughtful show. And it got killed in the ratings for the first 2 years. And then he said, screw it, we're going over to You Are Not the Father.
You are not the father.
Which is exactly what they do to this day. So
Every day, right?
Every day.
You are not the father.
And now it's number 1 in the ratings. It continues to be number 1 in the ratings, yes.
Oh, it's my daily. I still watch it daily.
The Maury Povich show, as of last season, was the top-rated syndicated TV show amongst all key advertising demos across the board on daytime television.
And he kept it going during the pandemic, and he was doing it kind of Zoom with no audience.
Yep.
And it just wasn't the same.
No,
I mean, you need that audience reaction.
Totally agree.
You are the father.
Yeah, because if you're doing it just with nothing, then it doesn't have the same punch. Lee, you're talking about Chris Demm's question about cutting a limb. Now, his neighbor has a tree that grows over into his property and drops some, what did you say? Hickory nuts, which causes discoloration. Sap gets on his new pavers. Can he cut off the limbs? Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, if the tree limb is impeding on his property, you can take whatever's on the property off. If it's a limb, you can get the guy to come down.
Mm-hmm.
We'll come down and do it.
Oh, you've done this many times, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Done and done.
Well, you better email this man. Then. That sounds pretty good then.
This ain't my first limo.
Yeah, he knows this stuff. All right. Now we get it from one side. That's a landscaper. Thank you, Lee. Appreciate it. Let's get our attorney on it, Lisa Lanier.
Good.
The question is, and she's joining us now, this is an impromptu lawyer up. We'll have her at this time tomorrow now for a full-scale lawyer up. But today, Lisa's just weighing in on this. Let me see if I can describe it. Chris Demm has put down some new pavers, which I'm getting ready to do myself. I hope we're not.
We increased the footprint of our patio.
As are we. We're going to take out some shrubs because I said that's wasted space.
Yeah.
And then we're putting in a fire pit for the koi pond. All right.
Outdoor grill, fridge,
right.
kitchen.
Okay. Enough's enough. You know, I don't want to sit here and harp on
TV.
Yeah.
Biggie and I literally have
Projection
room
screen.
at our places for a footprint. You say footprint, you mean acreage. I say footprint, I mean footprint.
Oh, I see. You have actual footprint.
Well, this will be a great fire pit to use when Biggie drops off pizza from his other job. Have a hot pizza next to a warm fire. That'll be great. I can't wait for him to do that.
Biggie, when you get back in your car, go warm up by the fire pit first.
It gives us an outdoor entrance to the wine cellar. Those kinds of things. You need that.
Very
I
nice,
said to my wife, we need these things.
And nobody wants sap on their pavers.
Right.
No.
So Chris Demm has a neighbor who has a tree growing that it's his tree cleared on his property, the neighbor, but it's come over, so nuts and sap dropping on the new pavers causing discoloration. Lisa Lanier, can Chris Demm take off the limbs without asking permission of the neighbor who he hasn't really met? Hello, Lisa. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Yes.
Here's what you can do. You can trim it back to the property line so long as you don't kill the tree. You have to be careful not to do something that would kill the tree.
Mm-hmm. And that's all there is to it. So do it. I mean,
oh yeah.
Well, you can't do it, but get somebody to do it.
Oh, man.
We had a caller a moment ago that said, that is kind of interesting to me, though, because I would have disagreed with you. I thought that it's going to be that it's his property, so he can't do that.
If the tree is rooted in your property.
Because it encroaches. It encroaches over onto your property. And so to the extent it encroaches, you can trim it. But just a little human relations recommendation that I would make, I would approach the neighbor first and talk to him about it, because you tend to see some things like this sort of escalate. And, even though you are in the right to do it, he might get really mad about it if you haven't talked to him about it first. And what if you do mess up and kill the tree, and then you've got that liability? Then you owe him for the value of the tree.
Ooh, then you're in trouble.
What does a tree go these days?
Well, we're having some put in.
Several thousand, I would think.
And how much, you'd be surprised.
We have a Japanese maple that I'm told is very, very expensive.
Oh, they're very expensive.
Really? Is she a hard worker?
Yeah, our Japanese maple now, because I wanted to take it out. I was told by our landscape engineer, don't do it. It's too nice. We'll replant on a different side of the yard.
Oh, they're very nice. Yeah, they're very nice.
Thank you, Lisa.
You have a neighborhood architect. That's wonderful.
Lisa, as always, tremendous. That's good news for Chris Demm.
Yes,
He
it
can
is.
trim
Thank
it
you,
back.
Lisa.
And we'll talk to you 24 hours from now.
Sounds great. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
But also tell them when you go over there and rap on their door, which is going to be very awkward.
Completely.
Is tell them that I'm paying. Let them know that you're paying for it.
Well, of course.
Say, look, I'm going to pay for it.
You have
take
to
care of it. Well, that puts them at ease. That you don't want them to think that they're cutting something down. And,
We know what's going to be weird is when you knock on the door and it's Chris Kelly.
Do we live next to each other?
what are you doing here?
All right, I'm going to go see if I can get these blowhards to cut their tree back.
Oh, man.
What are you doing here?
Small world.
Is that my hickory tree?
I had no idea. Our landscape engineer, our architect said to leave it exactly where it is. It's a Japanese maple.
Can't move it.
Sorry, can't be moved.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say no.
Yeah.
And if you cut one limb, it kills it.
Jeez, that really would be strange, wouldn't it? There's a confrontation. I hate stuff like this. It makes me pucker. Biggie knows it. Saw it today. Apparently, there were a group of 19 girls, age 17, 18, 19, out in Colorado. They call it on the beach, but they're really next to a lake in Colorado. But they said they're out on a beach. And a guy walks by who is somewhat religious, I guess, and thinks they're wearing way too little clothing. Okay. He sticks his nose in where it doesn't belong. You know, he goes over to them and says, you should not be wearing this. You know,
What were they wearing?
thongs. They were wearing thong. Oh, Dave, I see you're in favor.
Well, I mean,
I know.
let's call them like we see them.
Dave is booking a flight to a lake in Colorado.
Where is this? Tahoe?
It's out-
North, south,
it's
central?
out, this is in central, outside Denver, near a lake.
Aurora?
Out in Aurora. Out in Aurora. And this gentleman comes by. Now, again, he sees these young girls, 18, 19.
I'm just saying people have different,
Exactly.
opinions. I
Yeah.
mean, the Dixie, what's her name? Daisy Duke shorts.
Right. This is Fort Collins.
Dixie Duke.
Dixie Duke.
Dixie
This is Fort Collins, Colorado.
Not far from Aurora.
Right.
Stone's throw.
So this guy's name is Logan Dorn, and the young lady who's leading here, his name is Mia. She put it on her social media.
How do we know all the names?
She put it up on her social media, and he said, apparently he has also gotten on this and has not backed down. He's put it on his social media too. But he says, look, these thongs and stuff that you're wearing are sinful, and young men's thoughts turn to lust as soon as they see it. But he shouldn't have butted into this. This is how the exchange went.
Why do you dress this way?
I'm hot and I like.
First of all, it's 1 on 9. That is 1 on 9. Why do you dress this way?
Why do you dress this way?
I'm hot and I like women, so please leave us.
She said, I'm hot and I like women, so please leave.
How old are you again?
Fort Collins, you said.
Fort Collins.
Kindly.
Take young.
I'm at the beach in my bathing suit.
Yeah, that's a thong and that's a bra.
That is a bathing
Take
suit.
young
sir.
guys into consideration. They don't need to see pornography right in
We're
front of
not
their
coming
eyes.
up to you, bothering you. Please go away.
You're flaunting your stuff.
I'm not flaunting anything. Don't look at me.
How, you look around and you're the only thing that sticks out because your whole body.
Okay, well, why are you looking at me? Get the your eyes. What did you say is gouge your eyes out if I bother you? I asked you to talk to me.
Here's the thing.
Please go away.
You didn't, but here's the thing. There's free will in America. There's freedom of speech.
You don't get the
And if men of God
I know.
don't stand up, then our society's gonna go down the drain because there's no morality.
I'm atheist, sorry.
I'm atheist. Sorry. I hate everybody involved, but I want to see them. I do.